Hey guys, Knife Fiend here, back with another knife review video for you. So for today I have something special. Today I will be doing a knife review video upon my whole collection. And as you can see here to the left of me, I have all my nice boxes and a sick cup full of blades to show you guys, so go ahead and stay tuned. Without any further ado, I'm going to jump straight into the video and start off with the knife I carried a lot. It's the Benchmade McHenry Williams Sequel 2. I absolutely love this knife. I carried this knife for about 4 months as I was a dishwasher. Every day the order would come in and it'd be a produce order, so you know those I don't know if anyone knows anything about produce orders, but those boxes are fucking sealed shut pretty tightly, so this thing helped me out a lot. Definitely with a great blade. I love this thing, you know, it's a 154 cm access lock, aluminum handle scales. You know, it's just a great combination. This was really my first knife that kind of got me into collecting. After this, for my birthday, I received a Benchmade Pardue Auto. And this is, I would say, this is what really kicked me off into collecting knives. I went to the store and picked up this and another one you'll see next. And this is when I started actually getting nice knives. And I think sometimes that's what it takes to get people into knife collecting. Beautiful black box Benchmade by them. You know, it's a Gen 1, as you can, actually Gen 2 I think, as you can see by the buttonhole right there. They have a newer version out now, but you know, I like mine a lot. Great action on it, super fast. You see the Pardue grinds on there. Beautiful blade. The same day I also got this beautiful Nasijan, the Spin Blue Nasijan. As you can see here, this was, you know, to me this thing was gorgeous. I had no idea what Nasijan was at the time. I heard glass fibers woven together and I was all over it. This was actually technically my very first Spyderco. As you can see here, gorgeous knife. I love the stainless steel lock side of this. I think that's something they should do on more knives. This is actually made in Seki City, Japan. Some people complain about Spyderco's made in Japan. I mean, this was my very first one and it was made in Japan. This thing's pretty sweet actually. I remember it was razor sharp. Centering's dead on. Yeah, sweet little blade. My next knife in my lineup is going to be my Kershaw Skyline Damascus. Beautiful Alabama Damascus with just, you know, regular G10 handles. Love this thing. Absolutely love the ergo on the Skyline. Skyline was one of my favorite blades. Actually, I bought this knife off Amazon. It was like one of the first Damascus blades I ever bought. Love this thing. Following that, we have the I'm sorry, my hand got in the way of that. Browse Blades Bionic 2.0. Absolutely love this thing. Aluminum handle scales. D2 blade with a Cerakote finish. The thing's like basically an extension of your arm. Great, like groove lines on it. It's a liner lock knife. They only made 1,000 of these bad boys. Love the red on it. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. It's a gorgeous knife. Gorgeous knife. Now I do have individual videos on most of these knives. However, if you see on my channel that I do not have one and there's one you'd like to see, just go ahead and request it and I'd be happy to make a video for you. The next one's a little bit more traditional. It is a Case Crimson Stockman. As you can see there, it's that crimson dyed bone. Beautiful Stockman. The Case knives I've had a couple. You know what I mean? I kind of like them. The fit and finish on a Case knife is really what can't be beat. I don't know if I can show you guys there. Just the beautiful fit and finish, the polished brass. You know, I love a good Case knife. Following that Stockman, I have a mini copper lock in the white bone. See here? It's a smaller version of the larger copper lock. I have the same knife again here with the brass bolsters and the green Bermuda bone. These are the only traditionals I have. I thought I'd go ahead and get them out of the way. I'm not doing any particular order, but I didn't want to have traditionals mixed in there with a lot of tactical folders. So I do have a soft spot in my heart for these knives. So I mean, I don't carry one personally, but I do know a lot of guys who carry like a tack folder and their own traditional still. So these do have like quite a place in the market still. Man, I'm running out of daylight here. Lots of knives. Hope I don't have to make this a multiple part segmentation. So my next knife I have for you guys will be a Spyderco. It's going to be my Spyderco PM2 with fly titanium, fluted titanium handles. It's handle scales as you guys can see there. The black DLC coated blade. I love this knife. Actually great action. it's definitely a good way to upgrade your PM2 if you're interested. Next in the Spyderco lineup for me is my Spyderco PM2 Sprint Run from Bento Box in the blue G10 with M390 blade steel. A great upgrade again. I should probably put the titanium handles on this one. It's just I prefer not to disassemble my knives. I've heard that the lanyard tube on these can be like rather painful. So it's just doing its absolute great action on that. I love this thing. Next, going from my largest to smallest, is my Spyderco Para 3. You know, this is a new release by them. As you can see, it's just a tad bit smaller than the PM2, but glad to have it in my collection. I actually probably will end up carrying this one a lot because of its size. Awesome knife. Continuing with my Spydercos is my Spyderco Dragonfly Precision in ZDP. Gorgeous knife. Love the Precision on this. The blue Precision is one what kind of got me sold on Precision. Love this thing. Great knife. Love the swedge on the back. I don't know if you guys can see that with the camera, but the swedge I think is what really gives the knife the look that it has. Actually, it's one of my only lockback knives. Now I have this smaller one. I got this from G8. Just had a little freebie gift. I don't even know what the thing's called. This little made in China. It's almost like a mini military, I would say. Has like the ergos of a military. It's just something funny I keep in my collection. I have the little box it came into. Pretty funny. It's a slippy. The next knife I would like to show you guys is my CRKT. Ooh, bad deployment. My CRKT M1601S, designed by Kit Carson. This is a beautiful small EDC knife. A lot of people love this knife. I do have a video of this knife on my channel if you were wanting to check it out on your own thing. It's a frame lock. Gorgeous frame lock. I would personally love this knife in a titanium variation of the smaller version. I'd carry that every day. Kit Carson design here. My next CRKT for you is the Jettison Small, designed by Robert Carter. As you can see, the beautiful blade grinds there. It's actually a titanium handle on the smaller version, titanium handle scales. You guys can see there, it's just a natural finish on the titanium with actually an over travel on the lock bar, and that's a pretty nice addition that they have there. It's nice, pretty interesting. I love this little guy. I've gotten a lot of compliments when I do carry it. I don't carry it very often, but when I do, I always get compliments on it. Wicked fast. Interesting little guy. Great knife. Then after that, we have the CRKT Large Jettison. As you can see, it's a larger version of that. One of the big differences we see here besides the size is that this one has stainless steel handles. A tad different blade grind. I prefer that on the smaller Jettison just because this grind looks a little less functional. But this one's action on the large one is, I mean, I'm sure you've heard people rave about it because this thing's action is great. I think I paid $28 for this knife. I'd put this in $50 knife range all day. Great knife. Love the Robert Carter designs on these. My next, last, and probably my favorite CRKT is the CRKT Ken Onion Ripple. This is the original Ripple. I picked this up on Amazon Deals Days, I think for like $35. And I love this knife. It's actually by far my favorite CRKT. This thing's just like great ergo. You got the aluminum handles, and the blade just looks wicked. This thing looks like it was made to slice. Absolutely. You got the crown spine on there. My only complaint about this knife, it is a Sus 8. You know, if it was a little bit nicer blade steel, you know, I'd probably carry it a lot more, but you know, still a really nice knife. It rides on IKBS, so great knife for $35. That's all I gotta say. Absolutely steal on this. For my next knife, I'll go ahead and get my last Benchmade out of the way. I have the Pardue with the white and black G10 handles. Serrated blade, as you can see there. I love this thing. Very slim profile. I was always a fan of this profile. I actually had one in black that I had painted red, but someone ended up walking away with it from my dorm, unfortunately. I've carried this knife quite a bit. The action's there. It just doesn't drop for me ever, but you know, still a nice knife. I still love this knife. As you can see there, just gorgeous G10. Next, I have my Boker Kalashnikov 74 automatic in Damascus, as you can see there. Beautiful. I think it's 192 layer Boker Damascus. As you can see by the wear here, all my knives are carried. Like, they all have had their time of shine in my pocket, at least for a week. I remember this thing got carried quite heavily, as you can see the wear on the aluminum handles, as you can see there. Pretty badass automatic knife for the price. Thing wickedly fires out. Gorgeous blade. Gorgeous blade. While I'm on the whole Damascus thing, my next knife I'm going to show you is my Lion Steel TRE and Thor Damasteel, actually. This is probably what I would say is one of my nicest knives. As you can see there, the full titanium construction, the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Damasteel blade and that Thor pattern. I love this thing. This thing is just wicked. Wickedly awesome. If you don't have a TRE already, it's something that I would recommend. The crown spine on there, just everything about this knife, in my opinion, is absolute winner, and it deserves its place among a lot of people's hearts. Gorgeous knife. Gorgeous knife. The next knife I have for you, I'm getting down to my last few tactical folders, so these ones are probably going to be my favorite, is the Ontario Rat 2. No, actually it's the Rat 1. Rat 1, my limited edition with the D2 tool steel on there, as you can see there, and the carbon fiber. This is actually just fake carbon fiber, but carbon fiber looking scales. Absolute world favorite knife. I have finally got mine broken in. At first I was like, I don't know why people like these, but now I got this thing broken in. I understand. This thing's the tank. This thing's my vehicle extraction knife right here. After that, we have my most recent purchase, actually, and that is the Microtech UTX70 in carbon fiber. I actually got this thing into the serial number. I probably can't get it to focus, but 008 on this bad boy. 008, and it has the satin blade on there. Gorgeous blade. I was looking for one of these things online, couldn't find it. Walked into a knife shop in Scottsdale. I saw it sitting right there and just had to have it. Love this thing. I do believe it's one of the few California legal out the front, so I'm just going to carry this thing with me every time I go to California. Thing's wicked light, gorgeous knife. Following the train, I have my Brian Ty and Friends TIE Fighter. As you can see there, I have the Tanto grind, the satin stonewash with the black aluminum handles. I love this thing. It's the smaller version, if you can't tell. It does feature the button lock system, so you know this thing's action, like boom, just straight shut. Gorgeous knife, absolutely gorgeous knife. I was able to pick this up at G8. Came with this lanyard. Definitely a good way to remember the show. Love this knife. High quality knife right here. The blade steel on this is, I believe, at 154 cm. And my last really tactical folder knife, and by far my favorite, is the Ontario Carter Prime. I don't know if you can tell here on mine, but I've had mine customized by SoCal Knife Works, and that thing, it really transformed the knife. I mean, the knife is by far my favorite knife. As you can see, that beautiful purple pocket clip, purple anodized backspacer. The action on this thing only got better when I sent it to him. So it's just a wicked looking knife, and so I love it. It's the only thing that I have had that's 100% custom to me, so it's my favorite. I love it. I love the grinds on the blade. 100% a great job. I mean, if you need any anodizing done whatsoever, I would for sure check him out. He does a wonderful job. It cost me $65 to have all this work done. Great knife. You have a couple smaller things here. As you can see here, I have this Supreme box cutter. I actually have two of these bad boys. I just don't know where the other one's at. Pretty unique. I have this Calibre traditional folder that I don't know if it's solid gold or just plated gold, but I don't know. This thing is gorgeous. You see right there. I think it came with a pocket watch back in the day. And then I also have a Wasteland's Oddity beverage cleaver. I was told it's steel, but after having it for a while, it looks more like copper to me. You can see there it comes with the American flag dog tag thing. Love his work. I was glad I was able to get this. I think I picked this up for like $35 or something. Absolutely, you know, this is just a nice pickup. Just sits in my collection. But yeah, guys, that's the end of my video. As you can see here, the chaos I've caused making this video. It's all my knives after a year of collecting. So I really hope you guys appreciate it. Go ahead and comment and subscribe, guys. Knife Fiend out.